We had a show in Bellefontaine, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Our opener that year was Talk of the Town, which is the music for the Ed Sullivan Show.
And it was a packed house. People were right up to the sidelines. And we'd have a front that would come up to a sideline, and if we overstepped it a little bit, you'd stomp on somebody because they were sitting there watching.
Wow, I was there.
You were there?
I was there. I was a spectator. A group of us from Milwaukee drove down there and just took in the show. And I watched it behind the stands in a garage that a lady let us sit and watch the contest at the upper level of a garage.
Never bought a ticket?
Never bought a ticket. There weren't any to be had.
We were a junior corps, competing against two giant senior corps in the Skokie Indians and the Riley Raiders, and here we were in Bellefontaine, Ohio, and we were out to beat them both.
It was tough for a junior corps, you know. They don't want to knock off the seniors. It would be a big blow to them, you know. And if it would have happened, I wouldn't care really. I couldn't lose there if they won or I won. Skokie won.
You were teaching both corps,
Yeah,
right? Marching in Skokie and teaching the Cavalier.
Yeah.
But I just remember the contest itself, Riley getting there, and for the first 10 minutes of that school bus opening its doors, bottles came out the door. I mean, it was like, this corps can't possibly compete tonight. And then just 27 horns, and they were, wow, was that a treat? That was a treat with Bill Hooton.
I thought that was the day the Cavaliers became a real drum corps. It was the best we had ever been anytime. You know, we were a ragtag outfit, but for what we were at that time, we were sensational that night.
My name is Dave Shaw. I marched with the cadets, the Holy Name Cadets from Garfield, New Jersey, from 1950 through 1958.
They wore the white shorts and T-shirts and the hats, and we gave them our horns and drums.
I think they lost their sponsor, and their sponsor...
Yeah, the church pulled all the equipment.
They didn't have any equipment or uniforms or anything.
So we just gave them our stuff to use. And that's when, and Don Angelica was the soloist. Again, we had a very close relationship with them until they beat us, you know.
Yeah, it was a neat experience. Oh yes, the Houghton Bugle. Houghton bass band was the first bass baritone ever manufactured. It was made specifically for the Air Force Drum and Bugle Corps, and I was a proud recipient of when I reported aboard there in April of 1953. But I think we were talking about the fact that marched with my first junior drum and bugle corps ever, which was the Chicago Cavaliers.
So you actually marched with the Cavaliers before you went to the Royal Air?
Oh golly, yes, yes, yes. Before I even heard of the Royal Air.
More or less a war going on between the drum corps. It was the East against the West.
Yep.
And we were really blessed here in the Midwest because in any national championship we had at least 5 drum corps in it from the Midwest.
Right.
And the real turning point, I think, was happened in Indianapolis at the Legion powwow they had for drum corps.
Right.
They were patriotic organizations, the VFW and the American Legion, and they really ran the only 2 big national championship contests.
So that's how it went.
And that was what you gunned for.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted. You wanted the American Legion, and some of the corps wanted to go VFW. But they controlled everything, the Legion and the VFW.
It was both those organizations that set the rules and guidelines for what the corps could or could not do, right?
That's true.
Was basically the brainchild of Don Warren and Jim Jones, the formation of the Combine. They recognized, Jones and Warren, that the power really is where the act is at. The defining moment, if it were, was at the VFW Nationals in 1971 in Dallas.
I was bitter now with the VFW and of course the Legion indirectly. I was very upset.
That was the year of the clown for the Cavaliers. It was the year of Alice for the Scouts. we got into the managers meeting, and Tony Schlechter from the VFW simply got up and announced that there would be no costumes, and if any appeared, they would be penalized at 2 points apiece. And right then and there, everybody decided it was time for Drum Corps to take control of their own destiny. We all talked together and we said, okay, yes, we're going to work as a group. Yeah, it was kind of looked on as a union, if you will. We agreed on who would be the initial members. There were 13 of them, including, I believe, 2 Canadian corps. Indeed, at that point, we went away with DCI having been formed right then and there on the spot.
The birth of the organization.
Yes, 1972 was the first year, and that's where we held our own championship at Whitewater.
Yeah.
And it was darn near a sellout from our standpoint. It was a very, very successful program.
Probably one of the greatest aspects of the Cavaliers is it's one thing to get to the top. It's another thing to maintain the top. I applaud the organization for that. And Don Warren, of course, who's been the constant throughout the 50 years.